Hi guys, Azlin Malik here from Messages of Abundance. How are you guys doing on this beautiful weekend? Right, so it's been a while since I've last had this session called Take 20, where I interview people who are truly passionate about their lives and the message that they share. And today I feel very honored to actually have a good friend of mine. I call her Kak Saera, right? And she is a passionate educator, and she is also a passionate researcher about discovering the inner peace, right? In a human being. Okay, so I met up with her today. Nothing's planned, right? But it was all perfect, right? And the topic that we happened to sit down and talk about, and which really touched my heart, is around the theme of being in the present moment. Now, I used to not understand what does being present in the present moment means and what it does. So the conversation was beautiful. Now, in this video, questions like, what does it mean to be in the present moment? How can being in the present moment help you? And how does being in the present moment makes you feel empowered and makes you feel like you are a better person? So, here I have my good friend, Kak Saera. We are actually in her room, very colourful. Yeah, she's a teacher who teaches Montessori to young kids. Amazing, amazing person. Okay, so Kak Saera, thank you for having me here and also joining me on this interview session at Tech 20. Okay, so after this, it will be all Kak Saera. She loves to share. Okay, so maybe the first question will be, Kak, what do you mean by being in the present moment?
Okay. Okay, first of all, we have to define the time span that we are talking about here, right? Like we have this thing called present moment, and then we have this thing called past, and then we have this thing called future. Okay, so when we talk about this, right, when we talk about the thoughts, like when we think of something, right, we always think either about what has happened in our life, like yesterday, what did I cook, or where did I go yesterday, that is past, right? Or later, where am I going? What will I do later? I'm supposed to meet so and so, so it's future. I'm so worried I haven't paid my bills, like next month is future. So is the mind capable of thinking other than that? What is your take on this?
No.
So the mind is only capable to have a bundle of thoughts in the form of energy, is either from the past or the future. But the mind missed something. And what did the mind miss? The present moment. That is now. So the present moment has got nothing to do with the mind. It's like none of the mind's business. The present moment is in a space of awareness. So if I'm present in the present moment, I'm not in my mind. I'm in the present moment. Everything about life, right, flows in the present moment. It's happening now. Like when we say we think of God, it's in the present moment. That's the reason why for Muslims, when we pray, right, we say khushu, that is present moment. And when in the present moment, everything is flowing, everything is happening. But to the human mind, right, the present moment is like so small. Present moment, okay, gone. That's present moment, right? But it is not like that, actually. The present moment got nothing to do with the past and the future. It's just present, and wisdom, intelligence, intuition, creative ideas, everything flows into the present moment, not in the past or the future.
Wow, that's a big aha.
So if let's say we want to change something in the future, right, and I'm now in the present moment, I use my mind to think and worry about something in the future. Am I making my future better or bleak or brighter?
Bleak.
Why? Because I'm using the present moment, which every energy of the universe is flowing through the present moment, and I'm using it and wasting it to think about a problem in the future which haven't even happened.
Yep.
But I could actually create a better present by allowing stuff to happen and be free, be happy and all that. And the future, there's chances that the future might change. But if I keep worrying about the future, I will create the same future again, right?
Yep.
So a lot of us are always living in our mind, but we miss the present moment. Like for example, I can be with my kids, okay? Parents can be with children, but everybody's caught in their mind, like this one with the texting, another one thinking something else. But they're playing, the children are playing, and the only creations in the universe, right, that is so in the present moment are babies and children, because children are not in the mind, kids are not in the mind, they are in the present moment. So in order to know what is present moment, observe the kids, how they play, how they are so connected in the present moment. But we forget, as we grow as adults, we get caught in the mind. And actually the mind, we thought that the mind is very great, but actually the mind is very limited. It is only talking about something that has already happened and something that haven't happened. So when it's have something that's already happened, then we hook to anger. That so and so do something at that time. That person, this dog last time bite me, this cat scratched me, or this person hurt me, this so and so did something bad to me, or it's all, the first thing we have the thought, then we have the emotion attached to the thought, and the moment the emotion is attached to the thought, we are stuck in a pattern. Okay, then comes to future. What do we have about future? You haven't paid my bills, anxiety. How, like it's about then later they come, how? Then later how? We don't have the thing, like we don't have enough, then how? How are you going to survive another 3 months down the road? If you quit a job now, who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? So it's worry. So now the question is, why are we stuck in this pattern, and then we keep repeating the same pattern? Like, we want a different result, but we keep repeating the same pattern. So we have to break the pattern. The only way to break the pattern is to come to the present moment, to embrace life as it is, and to allow life to happen to you rather than you dictate what to happen to life. Like whatever the life gives you, if you can embrace it, everything will start changing.
Right. It's like she was sharing with me earlier, like wherever you are, that situation, that environment, the people that you're with is perfect for you.
At that point in time.
At that point in time.
Like, ask for nothing more. That's where you should be at that point in time. It's not a mistake. Like, now we are sitting here and recording this. I don't want to be in another place. This is what I have to do at this present moment, and she has to do this. Like, if I'm here and I'm thinking of something else, I won't be able to convey this message now.
Wow, that is powerful. That is really powerful. So then that leads me to this next question. So once you understand the importance of being in the present moment, how does that connect with the feeling of being free?
Okay, free means, how do you define free?
Like you don't feel that you are supposed to do something. You are not forced, you just go with the flow. You don't like how do I put it? It's like you are not forced to do something.
Okay. Okay, first of all, before I answer that question, right, I'll give you an example about this. Is shared by one of the masters. Like, he shared this story about the surfing the water. He says that there is this water, water surfing, right?
Yep.
When you surf the water, you have to understand how the wave comes, right? So there can be two surfers. The first surfer goes and then he surfs. He doesn't know when the wave comes and all that. The waves goes this way, but he wants to go his way. So this is life. But you want to do it your way. What will happen if the surfer goes and he doesn't look at the wave? He wants to do it his way, but the waves goes opposite. So what will happen? So the water will crush him. So will he die? There'll be a disaster, right?
Yes.
Okay. Another surfer is very smart. Studies the water, studies the wave, and when the wave comes, he goes up. Will he surf the water successfully?
Yes, he will.
Okay, and he feels satisfied, right?
Right.
He overcome everything, right? Okay, in the same way in life, right, the same water that causes disaster to one person, pain and disaster to one person, can cause success and feeling of freedom in another person, right? So it's about life. Okay, life comes, we didn't come to this life with a manual. That's one thing we must remember. We have to figure things out ourselves, right?
Yes.
So if, let's say, right, we didn't come to this life with a manual, so we don't know exactly how to go about life and so on, right? So when you talk about like present moment, right, how to be in the present moment, so you done. Sorry. Cut.
No, it's okay. We'll just flow.
Maybe you cut this part.
She thinks I'll cut it, but I won't. So yes, continue. She's beating me up. Yeah, what? Carry on with the story. Yeah. Okay, my question is, if let's say I connect, if you are to be in the present moment, you will be able to feel free. right? When you allow yourself to flow, be in the present moment, you are able to be free. So your story about the surfer just now was a very good analogy. I can really understand, which is true. The same environment, the same place can cause two different outcomes. It's back to what I understand from Jack Canfield, where he said E plus R equals to O, right? If you choose not to flow, then you can crash and burn. But when you choose to just flow with what life gives you and just enjoy the ride, then you can benefit very much from it, and that is freeing. Correct.
Yes, freedom. So coming back to the surfer story, right? Why I bring out that story is because the same element that is water, right, and the same experience, but two different results. Okay, so when we say suffering, okay, what somebody defines suffering? What is suffering? It was an aha moment for me when I found out the definition of suffering. Okay, life is as it is, right? This is life, and this is what life is giving me at this moment. But if I want something different from what life is giving me at that moment, then there's a gap between what I want and what life is giving me, and that gap is called suffering.
Aha.
Okay, so suffering, who created life? Did not give us that suffering, but I created the suffering. Okay, something happened such and such. I don't like it. I resist it. I go against it. I keep it in my heart. I grow with that resentment. Over the day, something else happened. I'm not happy. So every time between what is happening in life and what my thoughts and what my expectation of life is, so it's like in this way, life moves this way, and my expectation is here. So there's a gap. And when there's a gap, there is pain and there's resentment, there's suffering. So every time the gap grows, so I'm not making peace with the present moment. I'm not making peace with life. So now, what am I talking here? I'm going against life. What is life? What am I? I'm just a dot of a creation in the whole macro universe now. If the macro goes a certain way, I'm as a micro. If I want to get the best right, I must go with life. And from there will open all the intuition, what to do, how to live life. But if I really start resenting the present moment every time, right, as time passes by, there's a lot of suffering, and that is bondage. That's not freedom. So the first thing we must understand that we did not come with a manual. So what is the manual? Go with the flow. Okay, so when you go with the flow, the understanding will come. Then from the understanding, every door will open, and then we will know, okay, I'm supposed to go here, But sometimes we plan something, but on the day itself, something else happened.
Yep.
Like what happened today, right?
Yes.
So we should be open and allow something else to flow. But then the question arises, okay, well, we have to plan, isn't it? We have to, even the squirrel, somebody asked Eckhart Tolle, even the squirrel, collects the nuts before winter. So you have to be worried that you have to pay your bills. But Eckhart Tolle answered very nicely. The squirrel did not worry when he collected the nuts. He just collected the nuts. So there's a lot of difference. You can actually plan for a future event, right, by taking out the emotion. Because worry is a very low, is the vibration. Scientists can actually measure emotions, and different emotion has a different vibration. And worry and anger and all that is very low, the vibration. Abundance goes with higher vibrations like appreciation and gratitude. So if we are here and then we keep asking ourselves, why doesn't the abundance flow? Who is resisting life? You see, life doesn't please anybody. Like the flower wants to bloom, right? It blooms not to please you, Yep. It doesn't say, I bloom to please you. No, it blooms because it wants to bloom. A flower blooms, the sun rises because it wants to rise. It doesn't please you or anybody. So life goes by its own direction. It doesn't wait for anybody.
Ooh.
But we wants to walk our way, can, but suffer more. Or you let go and you go with life, then you will understand the mechanics of it. Then you work with it, just like the surfer who understands the water, right? He actually surfs so well, and he enjoys the surfing. But the other one suffer. Why? Because he wants his way.
Right.
So you can have it your way or the life way. But your way, you suffer, right? You will eventually get to your destination. If the surfer did not die, let's say he survived, he still he fight. Just like me, the water, if you look at the river that's moving very fast, right, in one direction, I'm like this person on a boat, and I'm on a canoe and I go opposite. I said, I have determination. I can do it. I am good. I am this. But am I wasting a lot of time?
Yes.
Am I wasting a lot of energy? Yes. I can still get to the end.
Tired.
But it's very tiring. So that's how we go through life, fighting, kicking, or you can cruise.
So final question then. So if people now understand this concept, so how can they start being in the present moment easily, because at every moment in time the brain, the thought process is ever going. Like you see someone, you judge already. You see someone, oh wearing pink tudung, oh this remind me, pink colour remind me of I Bandung, Bandung very nice, let's go Geylang. Like it travels from there to here, right? So how do you start, for beginners out there, can they start to practice being in the present moment?
Okay, at every present moment, right? Okay, now give 100%. Give 100% to the present moment, and life will give you back 100% results. Most of us, we are in the present moment. We are with the kids or the children, or we are teaching, or we are doing something, but our mind is somewhere else. We are driving, but our mind is somewhere else. We are maybe, we are actually, probably we are doing something, maybe sewing or doing some activities, but the mind is traveling. Okay, make kuih Hari Raya, make kuih tat, whatever, but the mind is traveling. So we are not in the present moment. That's the reason why there are many people who drive. Then once they reach, you mean dah sampai? I reached the destination.
Yes, I've been there before.
Yeah. So it's like the whole way we actually didn't notice, because there's a lot of pattern. We are following the subconscious pattern. Okay. So by being in the present moment, every time you're in the present moment, you break the pattern. You're breaking the subconscious pattern, you know.
So just focus on what you're doing.
Whatever that you're doing, give your 100% attention to it. That's why I say the best place to practice this, right? Get children 2 years and below, 3 years old and below. They will want your full attention. They will actually pull your face and ask you to pay attention, and then they will like put their faces, and then they will want, you know, if you ever take care of kids who are 2 years old and 1 year old, and they run around, they crawl around, do you feel tired? Because you're giving that 100% to that child. That 100%, you have to give 100%. 100%. Giving 100% starts with simple activities. Like when you're driving, be aware. When you're walking, be aware. Like be aware. It starts from there, then it will build. It's a pattern actually.
Okay. So
life will be very rich if we live 100% at every present moment.
Putting 100%.
Yes, everything will start shifting actually.
Okay. That is a good session. We are running out of time. So thank you so much, Kak Saera, for coming here and giving a simple explanation on the power of being in the present moment. Okay, alright guys, so just a summary of what she has said today. Basically, being in the present moment will actually help you to focus on what you have now and be appreciative of every moment that you have, and just to go with the flow of life. If you don't, then you end up tired, and you may or may not even reach the destination that you even want. And to start being in the present moment, just start by just putting in 100% in whatever it is that you're actually doing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this session of Take 20. I'll see you guys on the next session. Azlin signing off. Bye bye.